I'm listening to one quality which is required from young people: curiosity. Empathy, we like to call it. Empathy means that you see a problem and you feel responsible to solve that problem. Many of our students don't have that. They feel that somebody else will solve that problem. Some other country is going to come and solve the problem. That is why where we are. And I feel that that attitude needs to change. And the problem belongs to us. We need to solve it. So that's the attitudinal change we want first. Empathy. It is my responsibility. I will solve it. Then a curiosity. What is the problem? How can I solve it? There might be 10 different ways of doing it. Which is the best way, and so on. And I got lots of ideas from just these few sentences that Professor Kalbar has said. For instance, monitoring, sampling, and sensing. There's a lot of money to be made here. Now, nobody says that you've got to build the sensor yourself, because sensors are available off the shelf. You can just buy them. Although manufacturing a low-cost sensor itself is a very interesting problem. But there's a lot of scope for, say for instance, monitoring on a continual basis, or sensing, for instance, a lake, right? Someone might want you to measure the volume of water in the lake, right? And for that, all you need is a small boat, an autonomous vehicle, which you can move around the lake, and you can have a depth sensor in that. And by sampling at various points, you can come back with an actual volume of water in the lake. You can measure the pollution levels at different parts of the lake. And that is something that a second-year engineering student can very easily do. All they want is a waterborne platform, and they need to integrate it with electronics and communication and all these kind of things. Where e-Yantra comes in is that we've been building platforms, airborne platforms, waterborne platforms and all that, which you can just take and use. And we've been training you in things like embedded systems, we've been training you in Internet of Things, IoT and all that kind of stuff. You just need to pick up these skills and integrate them to build a solution. I'll give you an example. A student came to me a few years ago saying that, sir, I want to build a drone company. And I told him, don't waste your time. Drones are a commodity. You can buy the Chinese drones or wherever you want. You can just buy the drones. But why don't you take an interesting problem to solve and become a specialist in solving that problem itself? Now, I've just come back from a visit to a classmate in Udaipur who has soapstone mines. And he had a big problem in maintaining inventory in these big open cast mines, which are about 25 square kilometers or so. So I said, wouldn't it be nice to just have a drone which flies on these things and gives you inventory? So these guys built a company. It's a startup which is very successful now. Surveyan karke uska naam hai. And they are doing work for government agencies. They fly a drone autonomously in a certain area, and on Google Map they mark the boundary of the area, and they divide the area up into strips. They get the video, make a point cloud, and they give you the inventory of the mine. Now the same technology can be used for surveillance, same technology can be used in a slightly different spin for monitoring water bodies and all that kind of thing. You could even build a fish robot. We've actually built fish robots which can be used to sense moving water, water bodies, all these type of things. So I'm saying that there are lots of things that one can do, and now that we are becoming sensitive to sustainability, monitoring pollution levels, water levels, all these things have become much more important. So looking to the future, there's going to be a huge demand for these kind of companies which monitor things for you. Monitor pollution, effluents, the quantity of water in a lake. Like in glacial lakes, for instance, which get melt water, they often break the boundaries and flood valleys. So you want to know what the water level in the lakes is, right? These are very interesting problems, and you don't need rocket science to solve it. We are training you in all these skills.